Well, hello and welcome to this midday market mood check with me, Nandita, Khemka, and my colleague Yatin, Mota. Well, if you look at the markets, it's extremely flat as flat can be, because the Nifty has been oscillating between gains and losses right from the start of the session, but we are managing to hold on to that 17,900 mark. Well, what's not doing well today is the entire defensive pack. The FMCG, pharma and IT are all under pressure. On the other hand, autos and metals are doing well in today's session. If you look at the active stocks today, Adani Enterprises and Reliance are the two counters that are extremely active in today's session. And among the gainers, we have Eicher Motors. Well, that has clocked its best day in 8 months. Citi and CLSA have both maintained buy rating on the stock. In fact, CLSA believes that Enfield sales growth could be in double digit in the coming fiscal. And aside of that, you have other Nifty gainers like Apollo Hospital. Numbers were weak, but the management has said in an interview with CNBC TV 18 that it expects a huge ramp up in margins in FY24. Probably that's something that is keeping the stock healthy, clock in healthy gains despite weakish performance in the third quarter. What's not doing all that well today is, from the mid-cap basket, Uflex, TCNS Clothing, etc. But on the index, Yatin, what are the top losers and what are the other counters you're picking up in trade today?
So, as Nandita, you were mentioning, the Nifty is as flat as it can be. Almost, 17,935 is the level which you are maintaining. 4-5 points on the positive side right now as we speak. Nearly 15-20 points away from today's intraday high. Sensex is almost flat, and mid caps after the 2-day correction are trying to bounce back, but there also the cues are mixed, and probably that is the reason why the advance decline ratio in the market is almost 1:1. As far as Nifty 50 is concerned, Eicher Motors, Apollo Hospitals, as Nandita was mentioning, are the top gainers. We also have Adani Enterprises, Reliance Industries, both of these stocks in the Nifty trading with high volumes and 2% each in terms of the share price appreciation that we have seen. FMCG as a basket is not doing well. ITC, HUL, Britannia are the top 3 Nifty losers, and all 3 Nifty losers currently are FMCG stocks, and probably this is something to do with the palm oil export ban that Indonesia is doing. Wheat prices are rising once again, which is a key raw material for companies like ITC and Britannia for their biscuits business. So I think the food inflation worries are really pinching these FMCG companies, and probably there is an expectation that margin pressure would continue and not ease really for these FMCG companies, and hence the profit taking. In Nifty 500, we have Torrent Power after a strong set. That stock is up 10%. Tejas Networks, Borosil Renewables are the other stocks which are doing well. On the losing end, obviously, we have the Adani Group companies which are the top losers on Nifty 500 currently, which are Adani Transmission, Adani Total Gas and Adani Green. All of them down at lower circuit of nearly 5%. Uflex is the other one which reported weak set of earnings, and that is the case with across these BOPP and BOPET film packaging companies.
Right.
That weakness in demand, pricing and input cost pressures have been mounting as far as the quarterly results are concerned.
Right, PI Industries is also another counter that's active up and about in trade. It's reacting to its stellar set of numbers. In fact, the company saw good improvement in margin on the back of favorable product mix as well. So that's one counter that's up about in trade. GIC, RE and New India Assurance are other counters that are doing extremely well in today's session. But aside of that, Yatin, markets have managed to ignore the US inflation data that has come out. In fact, even on the domestic front, the CPI data that came out for us domestically was pretty much sticky, and markets did ignore that as well in yesterday's session. But we need to see if the US markets digest those figures today, and then there may be some kind of weakness setting in for the US markets as well, because I was talking to Jeff Dennis, who's an independent market strategist, and he was telling me that 2 Fed hikes is what he's factoring in going forward, and that way I think it could be discounted by the markets, because S&P 500 hasn't really done all that badly given the hawkish commentary coming in from the Fed of late. So that is a trend that we'll be watching out for tonight, at least, whether or not the US markets sustain those gains, because Nasdaq ended in the green again yesterday. So So we'll need to see if the US markets can sustain on or hold on to those levels and in fact end in the green. So that global cues are something that we will be watching out for as we step into trade for tomorrow. Aside of that, we'll be watching out for that 18,000 mark if at all Nifty manages to breach that in the second half.
So I think markets are trying hard, Nandita, because banking is again active and big boy Reliance Industries is playing on the front foot because it is very important for the markets to really take the laggards in trade. Reliance Industries shares were lagging for the past 2-3 weeks, but now the momentum has started since yesterday. Wherein a lot of fund action is seen. Today also the stock is up 2%. So as Nandita is mentioning, the race to 18,000 has begun, and if we have certain IT stocks, some oil and gas stocks, the likes of Reliance, infra stocks like L&T, if they make a quick move, probably 18,000 is on site, and probably we can really trade above that level very shortly.
Well, we will be watching out for whether or not the markets can come out of that range and climb that 18,000 level once again. Well, with that, it's a wrap on this midday market mood check. But for more news and updates, keep following Money Control.